18th, we rode out to the cemetery where the dead indeed had been interred properly. What was I to say to the country? Was I to talk to the victorious Union? Was I to talk to the defeated Confederacy? Or was I to talk to the people of America and the people of the world of something yet to come? I was reminded of sermons and stories from the Bible, and indeed the Bible itself, which tells us the story of birth and death and resurrection. So for the first time, and it was your fellow Illinoisan, Ward Hill Layman, we called him Hill, worked on the circuit with him. He rose up after Edward Everett had spoken 2 hours, and he said, "Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States," which you must have liked because you kept doing it ever since. But it was your friend Hill from Danville that did it the first time, and that was at Gettysburg. And this is what I said. fourscore years ago, our fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation or any nation so conceived and so dedicated can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who here gave their lives that that nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little know, nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living rather, to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who have fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to that cause for which they here gave the last full measure of devotion. That we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth.